You can only track progress if you measure it. So today I'm going to be reviewing a little bit on the calls I made as far as real estate acquisitions, going over some of the numbers for my leads, offers submitted, and what I can do to improve going into the next week. So given Monday and Tuesday were by far the strongest days, they were the most consistent as well as having the most amount of calls and offers made. Wednesday and Thursday, production fell off. We did not make as many calls or any calls. Thursday, we made no calls. And so I'm gonna need to, like I said, make sure that I'm staying consistent. Consistency is key, especially in the real estate game, if you are getting into acquisitions, aka wholesale. I like saying the word acquisitions better than wholesale because, for one, I mean, I think it sounds a little bit more professional, but two, wholesalers can sometimes have a negative connotation. What we've been doing to hedge against that negative connotation is being very straightforward and upfront with our interactions. Essentially, within the first few seconds of talking with the realtor, we're letting them know that we are not their end buyer, we're the person working for them. And so it has been well received from my interactions. They've either been short and sweet, or from the interactions where I can tell the realtor is open to working with me. It's been a good foundation to build on it. I can tell just by the way the realtors are communicating with me, they trust me more for giving them that information. So given storage is something to keep in mind, I am going to be voice recording my calls. And I'm thinking instead of just, recording the entire time while I'm making the phone calls, instead I'll just do voice recordings for each call. And then I will be going over them during the weekend to see where we can improve as far as, our performance on the phones. So with that being said, let's go ahead and review our stats for the week. So the majority of the calls that we've been making have been seller finance leads where equity is 100% owned by the owner who's looking to sell their property. So this is just my leads for this week. We've got compiled here, let's see, 89 divided by 2. So probably like about 40 leads or so, just given, there's a couple spaces where we skipped, obviously just dividing by times. But essentially, going through the sheet, it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3. Hold on, let me just count on this side. So first, we'll go over the number of people that we actually talked with. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28, 29, plus we'll go. And then I did make a call as far as these two, which were potential mortgage takeovers, which one of them is a pretty solid lead. So we'll count that as 29. Dennis would have made 30, but I didn't really explain all that well. So, I mean, technically it is an interaction. We'll count it as 30. So we did 30 for the week, but obviously we need to be doing more than that. Honestly, given we didn't even do work for, I'll call it 2.5 days out of the week, we could easily double that. So we should be aiming to talk to at least a minimum of 60 people a week. I think that is a decent baseline for making sure that we get a deal. Now, 30 people is who we've talked to so far as just making introductions. Now we'll go over how many offers we actually made. So to make offers easy, I've been setting the introduction over the phone. And then after that, I'll text them, I'll get their email. And then from there, I will write an email based on the offer that would work. So as far as offers, email sent, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then this one we didn't send yet. So we've got 12 offers. So definitely, like I said, can be improved. And like I said, I think we can do easily 100 offers within a month. And so 100 offers in a month, given this week was only about half production, 12 times 2 would be 24, and then multiply that by 4, we're getting very close to that 100 offer mark. So honestly, I would say as far as, the time that we did spend actually working, we're on pace as far as what we need to be able to do to hit those 100 offers a month. It's just about consistency and making sure that every day we are continuing to follow our system and doing so with speed. So this is good. Honestly, obviously we have work to do. We have room to improve, but for just getting the system down as far as a working phone pitch, we're good there. As far as getting a system down for writing quick emails and quickly creating offers, we've got that down. So efficiency-wise, I feel pretty good about what we've done this week. Again, it's just going to come down to consistency and execution. Now, I'm doing this work because I am going to need income for the things that I'm working on, as well as buying my own assets. But this is a channel that is tracking the process of me learning how to build a Web3 agency, a Web3 acquisitions fund. So, one of the things that I am wanting to do is set up a testnet project where I will have a website as well as a contract that's deployed on the Sequoia net so that people can test the process of buying one of the NFTs for an investment opportunity. So we'll pretty much set it up so that it's identical to if it was the real thing. There'll be a hypothetical asset that's providing cash flow that we disperse every month. and it'll allow people who are watching the YouTube to interact with the technology before we've deployed it on chain for a a legitimate asset. So that will be coming soon. We'll probably be doing some work on that honestly over the weekend, because I think given the time we're going to be spending during the week for acquisitions, it'll be best if I can just sit down for like 8 hours. And well, obviously I'll have to be mindful given I don't have the paid for version of ChatGPT, but we can definitely spend a lot of time over the weekend working to improve, different aspects of building websites, given we've already got the smart contract ready to go for our projects. Okay, well, one of those offers got shot down, and that does happen. Obviously, not everybody is going to be open to presenting. That's why we try to weed through as many of the leads as possible to just be able to find cool realtors who know what we're talking about and are open to, preserving their client's best interests and presenting the offer. Now, other than setting up a testnet project, I'm thinking another thing that I'm wanting to do is start working on the loan collateral contract, because while it is going to be used for my contracts, that's the end goal. The thought is, if there's a very established project, let's say like Bored Ape Yacht Club, and somebody owns one of those NFTs, they could use the smart contract to interact with that NFT as well and use it as collateral for getting a loan. So it is a contract that I do have in mind. We'll definitely be spending a weekend to put that one together. But as far as the projects that we're working on, it's looking good. Honestly, I'm very, very optimistic already going into next year. I've got certain. Well, I'm not going to go too far into it, but as far as the direction that the last few days have headed, it is a very good sign for some of the things that we're looking to get into next year. So the last idea that I guess I'll share is my thoughts for how we're going to actually end up making this mainstream wide scale. And there was a guy who put together a company called Third Web. I'd already introduced him in the resources video that I'd gone over, essentially just showing you guys good places to start learning if you want to get into this space. Essentially, the guy behind Third Web built his site so that people could interact with the smart contracts he has linked to it without having to learn the process of how to code, how to edit the code. Although it's not all that difficult, you want to make things easy for people. And so he pretty much built an interface that makes it simple to interact with the contracts and deploy your own. So I'm thinking we could do something similar, given we do want as many people as possible to take advantage of the smart contracts we're building for the fund distribution mechanism. So these are all things that we will be working on into the future. And with that being said, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.